Hey fam, welcome back. In today's video, we are back with a reviews roundup from the Natasha Denona products that we chose during last week's Shop My Stash scavenger hunt. This video is going to be a little bit shorter, but I wanted to keep my word and come back with some reviews on this product. The events of the past 7 days have weighed very heavily on me. I hope that you can understand that I'm not in the chattiest of moods, but I want to deliver this information to you as promised. I also wanted to let you guys know that I did film 5 videos on Saturday, so I will have a lot of content coming for you guys soon. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on the Natasha Denona Shop My Stash scavenger hunt products that we pulled, go ahead and stay tuned. We're going to get into it right now. For base products, we had the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation, we have the Invisible HD Face Powder, and the Transfix Matte Concealer. To start with the foundation, I really did enjoy this product. I think it feels very comfortable on the skin. It's a serum-like foundation and I find it very moisturizing. I tried this with a myriad of primers this week and had different results with each. Today I tried the Touch and Soul No Pore Blum Primer. I also tried this foundation with the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Primer. This product is ultra moisturizing, and when I wore this foundation with this primer, by the end of the day my face was a little too glowy. It was very shiny, bordering on greasy looking. Next, I tried the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and I did enjoy it with this primer as well. This product is a little bit more pore filling and mattifying, and I found that my foundation didn't look as greasy at the end of the day. The Veil Primer I tried next, and this was my very best result so far. My makeup wore beautifully, and I found that this foundation and primer worked really well together, especially as the foundation sat on my skin and warmed up. It gave me a really nice finish to the face, and I wanted to test this primer to see if this can help with texture a bit. The cons to this foundation, other than the fact I think it might be even a little bit too glowy for me, it does tend to emphasize texture on the skin. It also does nothing to blur the face at all, but it does give you a very light, moisturizing, serum-like foundation that provides great coverage. I do enjoy using this foundation, and while it's not my favorite foundation I've ever tried, because it's not as blurring, I really enjoyed using this every single day, and I think the finish is beautiful. If you have oily skin, I think you might hate this product, but if you have very dry skin, I would recommend going in with a mattifying primer first. The next product is the Matte Transfix Concealer. This concealer has really great opacity and it goes on very comfortably under the eyes. It feels like you're not wearing anything. I think that it does have a very nice smoothing effect. However, this concealer can get a little bit dry over time. I didn't find it cracking too badly under my eyes, but I did notice some cracking, especially around here toward the end of the day. I did notice it getting a little bit dry no matter the primer. Overall, I still want to continue to use this concealer, and I would even consider repurchasing it. Despite the fact that it is a little bit dry under the eyes, it was so comfortable to put on and it practically blends itself. I really enjoyed this concealer. Lastly, the HD powder I found to be very nice. I didn't find it overly drying. It's very comfortable on the skin. I think it looks really beautiful. I don't know that this powder is far and away better than other setting powders that I've tried. However, I can tell you it's a lot better than the ones that look dry. I found it comfortable to use. I really enjoyed using it. I want to continue to use it, and I would consider repurchasing this as well. Next, let's get into some products for the face. Starting with these 2 products, the Mini Bronze and Glow is a fantastic product. I used this bronzer so much this week. It was so easy to reach for and to use. It's simple to travel with even. The formula is fantastic and blends beautifully, and this highlighter is beautiful as well. Gives a lot of sparkle. The Glow Gold was probably my least favorite product that I tried this week. However, it's not as much of a problem with the product as it is just my basic preferences. Inside of this compact, you get 2 highlighters, and you're meant to layer them. This more pigmented highlighter would go on first, and you would top it with this more somewhat glittery topper. And these are the shades swatched. I find them to be lacking in the base pigment department, and they basically are just more like a shimmery top coat. And while that can be fun, it's just not a product I would reach for all the time, and that's why it was my least favorite product that I tried this week. If you enjoy more of a glittery highlighter with very little base, I think you might like this product, but for me, I prefer something with a little bit more base. Also, I want to point out, when I mentioned the word glitter, Natasha Denona does not actually use any glitter in her formula. She uses crushed crystals and pearls, but the effect on the skin is very similar to glitter. I also had 3 mini face palettes to try this week. I had the Tan Bronze and Glow, the Love Glow, and the Bloom palettes. These are all really fun palettes to play with unique formulas inside. However, similarly to the highlighter, if you do not appreciate glittery looking products on your face, I'm not sure that you're going to love these. While both the Bloom and the Love Glow palettes include a cream cheek product, and this actually includes 2 cream cheek products, A lot of the other products in these little palettes are very, very glittery. So as I said before, if you are not a glitter fan, I don't think you would enjoy this product very much. If you are a glitter fan, if you like to be very sparkly and shiny, I think you might really like these. We've got a glow cream base in this one, and a glow cream base in this one, as well as a cream blush. I have this glow cream on my face today as my blush. Then she has a super glow formula and a diamond powder formula here. So these are your more glittery toppers. I did go ahead and watch her video on this palette on how she prefers to apply it, and I found her method I liked better than when I was just trying to kind of figure it out on my own. So she starts with the cream product, then she sweeps very gently this product here all over the cheek. She highlights with the highlighter, and then she highlights on top of the highlighter with one quick little swoop of this super glow. It is very, very sparkly. We have our two sparkly formulas, our highlighter, and our cream base. So you can see it is like beaming sparkly. The other palette by comparison has a Glow Extreme and a Duo Glow in it. So you are getting a number of different formulas between the two palettes. For the tan palette, I found it to be a little bit highlighter heavy. You do get one bronzer here, but the other three formulas, this cream product here, this shimmery super glow product, as well as the glow impact powder down here, all kind of lend themselves to like a gold highlighter feel. So while you could mix them with your bronzer to get more of a glowy bronzer feel, I find that this is very highlighter heavy. I did enjoy using all of these palettes, and I will continue to use them. I just want to be perfectly clear with you if you're considering purchasing these products. The last products that we're going to talk about today are her eyeshadow palettes. I did have 6 mini eyeshadow palettes, and I actually did a video using all 5 colors from all 6 palettes in different eye looks. So I will have 6 separate eye looks for you using each one of these palettes, all 5 shades, in an upcoming video. I really enjoyed using all of these palettes. However, I did have 2 more challenging ones, the Mini Sunset palette and the Mini Tropics palette. The Mini Sunset palette didn't really give me trouble in terms of blending or in terms of application. However, I found the pigment lacking a little bit in this palette when compared with the other minis. While I think this did perform well for an eyeshadow palette, for her standard formula, I found this one to be a little less pigmented than the rest. The Mini Tropics palette was very pigmented and beautiful and fun to play with. However, this blue shade here is a cream to powder formula, which is a little bit trickier to work with. So I definitely had a little bit of a learning curve with that shade. However, I really enjoyed using it, and I found it unbelievably beautiful. So I hope you enjoy my looks with these palettes. For her smaller sized, full-size palettes, I really didn't try the Love palette too much, only because I already have a full dedicated video on this palette. However, I had never tried the Sunrise palette before this week, and I definitely enjoyed it. You can see that I've made quite a little bit of divots in some of these shades. This was an unexpected love of mine. I purchased it because it was an affordable palette from Natasha Denona, and I was excited to try it. However, the color stories never really inspired me very much. After using this, I feel so much more inspired, and I really, really enjoyed it. My favorite shade in the palette for sure is this Aster shade. It is like a gorgeous like duochrome purple red shade. It's very beautiful. I also did 2 looks with this palette, which I will have in an upcoming video. And lastly, we have my 2 full-size palettes, the Sunset palette and the Gold palette. I do have the Gold palette on my eyes today, and I have a video coming up for you guys with 2 looks with this palette, as well as I will have a get ready with me using this palette. I have another video with this palette, and then I have this palette on my eyes today as well. Overall, I really enjoyed Natasha's formula. The tricks that I found that helped me most were honestly not tapping off the brush, also going in and doing your eyeshadow first. So when I could just really throw caution to the wind, I didn't care about messing up any makeup on my face because I could just wipe off any fallout or anything like that. Not that her palettes have a ton of fallout. I did my makeup first today and I had really no fallout. But if you really want to get wild with some of these looks, really do dramatic looks, really blend and buff and blow things out, I think these are beautiful to play with. And like I said, I found much better results not tapping off my brush, but going directly in and just stamping the pigment into my eye. Everything blended very easily, even the dark shades. So overall, I really enjoyed this week. I love these palettes. I think her eyeshadow palette formula is superior to her other products. However, I did enjoy using her other products, and I want to continue to use them and find perfect combinations to make this foundation look as beautiful as it feels. So I apologize for a short video, but I hope you can understand where my heart is right now. But my heart is also with you, my fam. I love you all so much. I'll be praying for everyone. Until the next video,